name is George Walton. Yeah, I've been farming now for a good 24 years. 18 part-time, 6 full-time. I was farming here at River Plantation now. As we said, when I first started, it was the land lease program, but now it's merging now to what you call the feed program. Most of my crops are mainly vegetable crops, vine crops. I do a little sweet peppers in between, tomatoes, pumpkins, cucumbers, and a wide variety of the melon family, golden lady, cantaloupes, honeydew, basically those crops.
My name is Elton Prescott. I'm a new member to the feed program, the Ministry of Agriculture. The reason why I got into the program is because as a child grew up, my father and my uncles were into farming. So I decided that, after having a little kitchen garden, and I see the opportunity to make some extra cash. So I decided to apply to the farming program. So far, it has been good. I've gotten a lot of help from the extension officers. And for me, I'm hoping that at the end of the crop, to see finances is a program that doesn't require any certification. So persons who may not be certified, they have the training program, initial training program, and you can come into the program and be able to get a career and be able to make a future for the program.
Hi everyone, my name is Clement Mapp, and I am one of the more recent members of the government feed program. This is about my 3rd or 4th month right now farming, so things are quite new and exciting for me. It's a lot of hard work, I will tell you that from the jump, but nonetheless, we're here and we're moving forward. It's a very interesting experience. It's completely different from anything that I have ever experienced before. The closest thing to farming that I've ever done was assisting my parents from time to time, while they may argue not, but assisting my parents from time to time in their kitchen garden back home. Other than that, never really got into agriculture, but decided to give it a try.
Good afternoon. My name is Edwin O'Neill, and I'm the Extension Officer for River Plantation, Bath Plantation, and the Wakefield area. The agricultural program known as FEED in these 3 districts would have encompassed neophyte farmers. We're new entrants into the program, not familiar with agriculture. We're given an opportunity and a space to empower themselves. The BADMC would have gave them a startup by ways of land preparation and a startup package to help them with their program. We are looking to increase the production on the agricultural lands in Barbados, and by that, reducing the food import bill.
Over the years of farming, well, I would say there are challenges. Yeah. Up here in River, the main thing was water at one time, but since they developed the pond, it assists a lot of the farmers now with that problem. Some of us still have that issue on one side. I don't know when they will get there to help us with some piping, have some irrigation over that side as well. But generally speaking, I would say farming is a viable job, occupation. It's a little hard work, but I guess if you do it the correct way, follow the guidelines, you can make a meaningful lifeline out of it.
My name is Sukram Singh Satrohan. I farm in River here over 1 decade. Cucumber, watermelon, okras, cantaloupe, tomatoes, sweet pepper. At least it helped enough young people. Young people come out, but not for them come out and then left. Because if we get the young people, mix them up with the older farmers, they can learn. They can learn from the older farmers. Right? Just like something, if you go university and come back, you'll be fresh, you'll be green. Tell your farm with the older folks, the older ones them, and you can learn between them. I was a young when I come from Guyana. I never know much about farming, but I learned with the older Bajans. And they learned me the right way. So now, The field program is not a is a good program. Bring out young people to do things.
Currently, I'm growing sweet potatoes. It's 4 months sweet potatoes. The cost to start planting is very low. It's also a low maintenance crop and resilient to weather. So for me, a person who's now coming into the program, I see sweet potatoes as the prime crop to start out with because it has a low startup cost. It is low maintenance and is also resilient to weather. My plans for the future is actually see if I can develop sweet potatoes as a crop, a main crop, because I've heard earlier the government is looking at going into exportation of sweet potatoes. So I'm actually looking to see how well if I can maximize that market into the export market. So I'm just trying now to use sweet potatoes as my beginning crop and see how best I can market sweet potatoes to see if I can even get into the governmental program when they start the exportation of sweet potatoes.
Here in the River Plantation, which was a plantation that was in agricultural production for years before my time, we are now placing the same neophyte farmers and bringing lands that were otherwise dormant back into production. The field program starts by giving these neophyte farmers 1 acre of land and seeing how they can better themselves to increase the same food production within the area. In Bath, we have the Rastafarian organizations with each organization of 20 acres, and again, increasing the production on those lands that was otherwise dormant and not utilized. The wheat field production was an area that was predominantly under sugarcane plantation, and now we have brought 28 acres in that area under vegetable production.
Most of my produce I produce, we most of the time get some contracts with the Massey Group. They take a lot of our produce. And Bayer, DMC, they also take some. The markets for the produce to me is there, but I think it could be expanded a little more, maybe into hotels, things like that, because at some time we still have a few on hand. Or I personally think there should be a processing plant or something like that in the near future. I mean, I think it's long overdue, but definitely a processing plant would help.
We have some sweet potatoes that are planted. One benefit I can tell you that I've already seen from the program is knowledge. Knowledge is shared amongst the farmers. So because I'm very new to this, they're very open. Farmers within the area have been very open and very transparent in terms of sharing, some of their secrets to addressing issues like pests, fertilization, and so on. Needless to mention, during COVID, there was a program or there was a training session that we had signed up for. So I would say to any and everyone that's out there, if you have the opportunity, go and sign up and make something of yourself if you're not doing anything, or at least use it as another stream of income. Again, I think this is a really great initiative, and I would encourage anyone to get involved.
My experience as the extension officer for these areas, I have categorized the farmers into 3 groups. There are the farmers who are knowledgeable of the operations and require little assistance from the extension officer. There's the farmer who may have some knowledge but requires heavy assistance from the extension officer. But then there's the 3rd category where these farmers might be YouTube farmers and think that it is all easy peasy. And those are actually the hardest farmers to work with because they already think that they know everything. But once they get here in the field, they realize that it's not as easy as what they were seeing on the YouTube videos. So it's, for me as an extension officer, I have to spread myself evenly and adapt to the individual farmers based on their needs.
I would encourage anybody to go into the field program. It's a good program that you can go to. You can go to the BADMC either at Fair Valley or in town in in town to basically to apply to to start the program. Persons, as I say, persons who may be school leavers, who may be looking for a job and cannot get a job, they can actually start the program and they can fund their way, start a career in farming, and it can actually bring good financial returns. I have seen many persons who have made life earnings, send their children to school through the farming program. So I would not look down at farming, but I will use farming to even educate school children that even during the vacation that they can actually start a little kitchen garden and can develop into actually owning a plot to actually farm and have a career out of farming.
It's a good benefit in the field program to encourage young people to come along and learn and we get through in life. Come and do something in the agriculture sector, come to the field program. But some people coming out and say, man, Mr. Singh, they give you half acre or acre, that is not much, but you take what I give you. You start out a little bit before you get big.
I would say any person who is interested in farming, I think they can go ahead to this BADMC, Fair Valley, I guess, and do their application, get their 1 acre, 2 acre lot, and just get started. But I would advise them, communicate with the older farmers in the program and get some guidance, and they should be all right. But I think it is a worthwhile venture, and as I said, you can make a meaningful contribution to yourself and society.
Barbados Agricultural Development and Marketing Corporation, BADMC, is just a click or call away. For further information on our feed program, you may visit the BADMC or call us at 535-6830 or go online at badmc.org. We're also on Instagram at BADMC246.